Got to be honest, there's no way to spin this one. It was total dominance from the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Badgers commit 3 early turnovers. Iowa pays that off to 17 points. They led 23-0 at the half and cruised home with a 37-0 victory against the Wisconsin Badgers. We'll hear from some of the Badger players. We'll sit down with tight end Lance Mason. We'll check out some of the other Badger sports, including a wild ending for the Badger women's hockey team on Saturday afternoon. All coming up on this week's edition of the Badger Sports Report.
And for the Badgers, they've got, oh, that puck is loose, and it's in! Badgers take over! Kirsten Sims with a sneak attack! Now it's Eden the other way with some room of her own, puts it through, and Badgers take the lead! Cassie Hall! Head to Eden, they'll say it stayed in the zone. This is Eden with some room underneath, Scandal can't punch it, Harvey, score! We are tied! The center pass to Gorbatenko, it sneaks by. Hall turns, fires, highlight, good night, Badgers with the lead! Cassie Hall, the role of hero.
Set the standard, let's go.
Ricardo Holman from one end of the yard to the other. Touchdown, Wisconsin, as the Badgers are back in the fight. In stride, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin. And a clean path to the quarterback, Christian Allegro. He's gone, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health and is brought to you by Hy-Vee and by Construction Business Group, by Gruber Law Offices, and by WEA Member Benefits.
This is a cup of coffee. It's to go. Because here, you're on the move. Our team coordinates all your appointments, so you see all the experts you need quicker. Because when you're facing a complex condition, it feels like time is being taken from you. So, we found a way to give it back. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
We came in with, I think, a very good level of confidence that we were going to execute what we had planned to do the entire offseason, and I think we just need to execute our game plan. I mean, y'all will never hear me blame any side of the ball about anything or, any, single group or anything. I think the way we prepare and the way that we play, and it's all of us. We just got to play better football, and at the end of the day, we didn't play great football tonight. We didn't play good football tonight, and that's on us to just get back into the facility and keep chopping wood.
We've been training for these guys ever since pretty much what happened last year. And for it to come out like that and see the guys in the locker room and see the coaches, like it really sucks. Like we're all feeling the same pain. We're all at a low point, but as I said, we're going to continue to grind and claw and fight our way back.
We definitely spent a lot of time in the offseason just focused on this game. So it's Iowa. Like we hate Iowa, to be honest with you. And so to go out there and play like that is, I don't even know how to put it into words. To be honest with you, it's just frustrating. Just knowing everything that you worked on, all the time you spent on it, it doesn't translate. It's just frustrating, but we got to figure it out.
I think we got a great group of guys, and I think that makes it easy at the end of the day to keep the optimism. Like, we come in and we work every day. And you come in and you work with a group of guys like that for as long as we have, you just want to fight for each other.
Yeah, I mean, we got to come in tomorrow, watch the film right away, be honest with ourselves right away, and like you said, we have a really, really good team coming in next weekend. So we just got to flip the page and, learn from this game and just move on. That's all you really can do.
We got to keep fighting. We got to watch the film, know what we did wrong, move forward, and just continue to fight. We're at a really low point right now, and everyone on this team knows it. But when your back's in the corner, what are you going to do? You're going to sit back and take it, or you're going to continue to fight, punch, claw? I know what I'm going to do, and I know what my guys are going to do. And we're just going to continue to keep fighting.
I think as a team tomorrow, we're going to come in right away, watch the film, be honest. I think the biggest thing is just flipping the page, just coming in next week with a new mentality, keep going from there.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Your animals depend on you every day. So we build equipment you can depend on every day. Equipment that powers through mud, dust, and extreme weather. So cutting hay, feeding livestock, and managing land is easier. Loaded with intuitive, innovative features and tech, Case IH equipment isn't just built to work. It's built to work for livestock producers. Case IH, built by farmers.
Throughout the course of the season, we've had a chance to talk about and talk to a number of newcomers. Of course, we'll get into how the transfer portal is going to change moving forward, but as a lot of things evolved and change on the fly, you had the fall portal, the spring portal, and three of those guys in the spring portal are pretty important parts of what's going on right now. You're seeing them on the field quite a bit, and with that, we bring in head coach Luke Fickell, Hunter Simmons, the quarterback, Davis Heinzen, who just started left tackle, now getting some work at center, and Lance Mason, really impressive tight end. Give us a sense of the challenges for those guys coming in. It was after spring ball, and get up and running and get ready to be pretty productive players in a short time.
Well, the greatest challenge is obviously to a quarterback, because that is a limited amount of time to learn a system, compete in a system, and even in fall camp, because there's only so many reps that you can get. So he's done a phenomenal job at just being mature enough to come in so late and learn and learn from Billy and learn from those guys. And then obviously the other guys as well. I mean, like Davis walking in the door, it's still, not having spring football, you probably don't recognize as much of, what you're going to go against on a daily basis as you take some of those steps up to another level. And the same thing with Lance. And I think that we have a lot on our tight ends, but it may be a little bit easier with the nature of what Lance's strengths were. But nonetheless, all three of them are playing a big role for us, and we need them to continue to grow.
And in all three cases, mature guys, graduate transfers, not guys who are coming over for their sophomore year. Even though in a case like Hunter, who doesn't have a ton of game experience, even at Southern Illinois, he is older. So I'd imagine that is at least of some help.
It is, and I think that's the only way for probably that to be successful. if you're going to come in that late in some of those situations, to be a younger guy, to be thrown into a new environment, a new system, whether it's offensively or defensively, it's going to be a challenge. And yes, you have summer, and there's some more opportunities in the summer to learn and have meetings, and then you have fall camp. But man, there's so much competition involved that the number of reps that you get as those guys come in, that's like I said, where Hunter might have been a little bit obviously different, meaning very limited reps, where Lance Mason probably got a lot more reps, and even with obviously Tucker Ashcraft going down and him getting more reps in spring. But nonetheless, it's a challenge in a different way.
Root for everybody here, but a guy like Davis Heinsohn, who has played mostly tackle in his college career, a little bit of guard, and now playing center. And your first start, you're working with a guy making his first start here in front of 110,000 people. But you use the words competitive spirit a lot. There's something. It's a path for him to play, certainly, but for him to say, okay, is this what you want? I got this. It's pretty good.
2 weeks ago, you asked him, hey, have you ever snapped a ball? And I think he said, I think maybe once or twice my freshman year at Central Michigan when they were moving me from tight end, and I think for a day I snapped a couple balls. But he wants to play, and he's got the spirit of what it is that we need to be thrown in the mix on a bye week, and then your first opportunity is in Ann Arbor against a front like that. It's definitely been a challenge, but I think he's really grown to it.
I talked at the top of the segment here about the ever-evolving nature of college athletics, and now the newest or the latest in terms of the portal is they're going to have a window beginning January 2nd through the 16th. Now, at that point, January 2nd, you're through the quarterfinal round of the college football playoff, so there are 4 teams left. There are exceptions to the window. Those 4 teams will get an additional 5 days. But does one window, where it is, does that make the most sense to you?
I just hope that there actually is, and they can hold to that. Now, I don't, we assume, but you know what happens when you assume. So it does. As of right now, I think it makes the best sense. One for sure is key. I know there was some debate whether it was January or sometime in March or April. They kind of settled in on January. It's a rush. And yes, it's best to be in one portal window. I think that the second one was very difficult to kind of navigate. But this gives you an opportunity. It's a 10-day, 12-day window that as school begins in mid-January, early January for some people, it doesn't give you a ton of time with a lot of the things that are going to happen during that time.
I always think of it, I can only try to imagine yourself, your staff, Marcus Sudbury, the general manager, because you have the signing period in the month of December, and then if you have to fill in some blanks in the portal, I mean, it never ends, I guess, does it?
Yeah, I think that idea of filling in the blanks used to be a lot of the mindset of what the portal is, and I think it's actually growing. I don't know that it's as much of filling in the blanks as it is a combination of those things, whether it's the high school or the transfer world. It's just where everything is going. But it'll be interesting. There'll be some surprises as we get into that January time and what that's going to look like and how it's really going to go. But hopefully we can stick to the structure that we have right now.
Well, there's a reason that old line, expect the unexpected, because there's always plot twists to the rules and how they're going to go, the windows and all that. But for now, we think that's how it's going to go, at least for the time being. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
8 championships.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment.
It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
Badgers have a pretty good-looking tight end room, and will continue to get better. Tucker Ashcraft working his way back, but a big addition to this tight end group is Lance Mason out of Missouri State. Rockwall, Texas is where he's from, and made a very, very favorable early impression in his season as a Wisconsin Badger. When I first saw Rockwall, Texas, we talked to a guy that we have come to like on this program, Brandon Locke, who is now at Arizona. Same town, but you guys were competitors. You went against each other, right?
Yeah, we were. And I was just telling you how he got the best of me my first 3 years whenever I was at Rockwall Heath, and he was at Rockwall, and then finally my senior year we beat him 79-71. So he still he did his part over there, but we got him a little bit.
I think it's a Braden Locke, of course. How soon we forget. So a defensive struggle, 79-71.
Yeah, 79-71, and he was always. I mean, I knew him personally, and he's someone that I reached out to whenever I was thinking about coming here, and I think I've said before how he had great things to say about the staff and just the city of Wisconsin as a whole.
Yeah, great dude. And you guys were baseball teammates there, albeit briefly.
Yeah. Briefly, we were baseball teammates. And then we both ended up sticking with football because that's what we were better at.
Yeah, I say good choices.
Yeah.
Your credentials were outstanding. All-American recognition, and now coming up here. Tell us about the transition, what it's been like coming up to a Big Ten program and learning all the ropes, how things are done here.
Yeah, honestly, it's gone obviously great. It's gone smoothly, and looking back, I can't imagine. It was a super tough decision to even get in the portal because I loved it at Missouri State. Loved the coaching staff, all the players over there. Like, made my best friends, and it was tough to leave. But I knew that I would have some opportunities to get a play at a higher level, and the way that everything's played out, I couldn't imagine not making that decision. And the decision to come here specifically has been great.
As I mentioned at the top, it's a good tight end room. Yourself, Grant Stack, Jackson McGowan.
Oh, yeah.
I know Tucker had the tough injury during camp, but I would imagine a lot of competition, but friendships, bonds start to form too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in camp we're competing each of us just want to be the best player that we can be, and there's a great relationship between all of us, and we all respect each other, and everybody wants the best for each other. So
you've visited the end zone here as we speak a couple times already. What was that like first time as a Badger getting into the end zone?
Yeah, it was a lot different than I felt a lot more eyes than whenever I was at Missouri State. I remember scoring, and I'm not one for dancing, so I was looking around for the closest teammate to just start jumping because I was like, get the spotlight on me. There's a lot. 80,000 people is a lot more than 15,000 or whatever we had at Missouri State.
It's funny you say that because like for me, somebody who's been around 100 years, like, oh, here we go, another game, 80,000. But there's a first time for everybody, and you're not the only one who said this. If it's a freshman or somebody coming in from another school, when you come down the tunnel that first time, the first game under the lights, big crowd. That's a pretty awesome feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so cool, honestly. And each week, coming out of that tunnel, just taking that in. Because once you get into the flow of a game, it's just another football game. But before and after, before the game, just taking everything in, the walking through the tunnel and then running out and seeing all the fans, it's crazy. And honestly, every day, just practicing out there or walking through to meals, I'm just looking around just amazed, and it's such a blessing. Yeah.
Corey Walker sat here and talked about. I asked him what's the transition been like, and one of the first things he mentioned was the food. A lot of good options.
Yes.
I would guess he's not alone in saying that, right?
It's definitely a big difference. It's honestly crazy the difference in resources, and it makes sense why some of these schools can't necessarily compete whenever you're looking at FCS school versus, a Big Ten school, the difference in resources is crazy.
But the FCS, though, is a lot of really good football. Obviously, the league you were in, it's a lot of really well-run programs, too, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's honestly it's just under-recruited, maybe undersized. I'm not the biggest, tight end. And whenever I was out of high school, it's all they were looking for was these 6'5", 6'6" guys, and I was maybe 6'2.5" coming out of high school, and I feel like that's what you get at a lot of FCS guys is a lot of guys who, love playing football, great, talent, but maybe a little undersized.
You guys have an ability, and it's really been fascinating to watch, to roll with when tough things happen. Billy gets hurt the first game. Danny comes in, he gets a little bit banged up. Hunter Simmons comes in. Maybe that's just being young and just more resilient than people give you credit for, but you guys have had I would think you take a lot of pride in that. No matter who is going to be the guy taking the snaps, the rest of you guys are ready for that.
Yeah, for sure. And we've gotten reps with Danny, and I guess Hunter we hadn't gotten as much, but when you're out there, you just each of those guys is a great player, and they're able to step in. They understand the playbook, and Hunter's played a lot of football, and Danny, I mean, even though he's young, but he played a lot of ball last year, and so just trusting those guys to be able to step in, and we can just keep doing our thing, and whoever's behind that, is controlling the ship.
Final thought: every team, every player, and every team wants to win every game, and it rarely works out that way. There's the ups and downs, but you guys, it looks as though from the outside looking in, you do a great job of just relying on one another to push through, get better every day, and then see where that takes you. The old line about sticking to the process is pretty important, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure, and that's been the main message, is just focus on getting better every single day, and what we control. Obviously, we've made some mistakes and haven't played great up to this point, but it's just, I mean, we're so close, and anybody who watched all of fall camps, and each day in practice, it's like we know our potential, and so just keep getting better every day, eliminating the mistakes, and being able to execute on Saturdays.
All right, good addition to this Badgers offense tied in. As we'll take a break, more to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up, apologizes, and welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health and is brought to you by Hy-Vee and by Construction Business Group, by Gruber Law Offices, and by WEA Member Benefits.
Left side, Collier down the line. And a save on the right back from Penn State. Selman left side. It is blocked back and inbounds on the left sideline. And it's a Bucky block that pulls Wisconsin to within 3. Here's Jin serving left hand over at Simon. Wisconsin goes to Horner in the middle. Booth, and her swing goes off the top of the net and down to the floor. So Carter Booth with another kill. She's now second on the leaderboard for the Badgers with 4. Quest serving now at Faldudo. Lion high setup, left side Jervicius with a punch, and it's saved by Simon. Horner setting, back row, Feigich tipping, and it's down.
That's a great spot.
Right at the 10-foot line on the right sideline.
Corner whipped in, edge of the area for Boer. Oh, what a finish! You can't be serious! Are you kidding me? What a goal! Vargas tries the chip. It's saved by Stover. Unsure if that was meant to be a cross. Shank into the area. It's blocked. And it is another top 10 upset for the Wisconsin Badgers. They've done the job at home, and the Bruins are defeated.
What a game. And look how much it means to this Badger team. Corner taken short. Brown Samper works it back to Arnston. He's going to hit it from distance. What a goal! Ola Arnston, my word! He did it against Bradley. Arnston, is he going to try it again? He's going to pass it. Horojevich's header. It's beautiful. It's 2-0. It's the first of the season for Marky Horojevich.
Porter swerving to the middle. Now wide for Arnston. Good ball to the back post, and Wisconsin has equalized. Roman Issa on the pitch for barely 10 minutes and into the score sheet with the equalizer.
Well, clearly the schedule goes from difficult to extremely difficult. Up next for Wisconsin, a home matchup against the Ohio State Buckeyes. Kickoff here at Camp Randall set for 2:30 Central Time. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Every farmer wants to up their uptime, so we purposefully designed our tractors and implements to keep you in the field. Tailored for your operation, Case IH tractors are intuitive to use, easy to maintain, packed with the latest tech, and backed by dealer support you can trust. Because Case IH equipment isn't just built to work, it's built to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
This is a cup of coffee. It's to go. Because here, you're on the move. Our team coordinates all your appointments, so you see all the experts you need quicker. Because when you're facing a complex condition, it feels like time is being taken from you. So, we found a way to give it back. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.